Could excessive sleep during pregnancy lead to stillbirth? The primary article that I looked at was Maternal Sleep Practices in Stillbirth, Findings from an International Case Control Study. Late stillbirth occurs around 28 weeks gestation and affects about 2 to 9 out of 1,000 births. The concern is that most of these occur in women without any known risk factors, which would include a greater maternal age, maternal obesity, smoking, and conditions such as diabetes and preeclampsia. While most of these things cannot be changed, there may be risk factors that we are able to modify. The goal of this study was to understand whether maternal sleeping habits are related to late stillbirth occurrences. The researchers hypothesized that supine sleep and sleep for longer durations would increase the risk for late stillbirth. To gather information, an online survey was administered. It focused on questions related to known risk factors, maternal sleep practices before pregnancy, in the last month of pregnancy, and during the last night, which was the night before the realization of the stillbirth. Women were also asked about their usual typical nighttime sleep duration, daytime nap duration, number of awakenings, restless sleep, sleep quality, and if medications were used to aid sleep. Questions used had open-end responses, categorical responses, and scaled responses, or a checkbox option which allowed for more than one response. The women included in the study were all above the age of 18, and controls were women who were in their final trimester and those who had delivered within a month of the survey. They found no significant differences in sleep practices between controls and cases before pregnancy. Nap duration during pregnancy was longer for both groups. There was no relationship found between sleep duration on the last night and stillbirth. Nocturnal sleep duration was significantly longer in cases in comparison to controls in the last month of pregnancy, and the quality of sleep was also reported higher in the last month for mothers with stillborns. There was no evidence found to support that supine sleep was a risk. The researchers admit that while longer sleep durations may be related to sedentary lifestyle, low levels of physical activity, socioeconomic status, and anxiety and depression, they did not take any of this into consideration for their study. Also, since waking up and arousal from sleep can increase sympathetic activity with increases in blood pressure, it is possible that waking up periods, which most pregnant women have, could be helping to maintain normal blood pressure or prevent longer periods of lower blood pressure. This is relevant because maternal hypotension has been reported to affect fetal premature births and stillbirth. The secondary article called Could Excessive Sleep During Pregnancy Lead to Stillbirth was found from the Washington Post. I thought that the author of the secondary article did a nice job of relaying important background information to readers so that the study's findings would seem relevant. For example, it explains the usual risk of stillbirth and how sleep is a risk that has been less looked at but may be possible to modify. It was also mentioned that the data was collected via a questionnaire, but did not mention the types of questions that were asked. The article also used a lot of quotes, especially towards the end. And finally, the article included the opinion of another researcher who was not involved in the study. And although I thought this was helpful, it was placed in the middle of the article, so it could have confused readers between the actual study and what the secondary researcher had to say about it. Overall, I would give the secondary article 3.5 stars.